Welcome back, everyone. So just a really quick video today. I don't want to keep banging on about the military vehicles. I'm going to, because I want to show you before I spray them up, the difference between filament armored vehicle and a resin printed armored vehicle. That one there's resin printed. I did buy it because I bought 4 of them and I got 4 second-hand Oxford Rail Warware wagons. Because before I invest in a resin printer, I want to see what what it turns out like, basically. So I thought, and I'll probably get a few more bits and pieces from other people, just to obviously see the difference between filament and obviously resin. Now, my filament ones here, if I can get less shadow in there, they come out. Came out all right. They got, very sharp, and obviously when they're sprayed, there is, especially obviously on the tops and stuff, very light lines, but once you sprayed it, them lines disappear. I didn't put any primer on this Warrior. I just used, obviously, you have to excuse because I'm in the kitchen, dark army green, which is also on eBay, and then just the NATO black. You want to do the NATO black quite thick, the lines, so it comes out like that, Daniel, because I know he was asking me about it. I used just bear with me a second, XF69, which is the NATO black, and obviously, and that's how you get the look. And if you want to pick out any smaller details, that's entirely your choice. But I did get 4 of these from Trains for You, Trains for You, not Trains Are You, Trains for You. And if you can see on the top there, and I'm really close, there is some, just where that round thing is on the turret. Not the hatch at the back of the turret, but the round thing just behind the barrel. You can see some lines. I was a little bit miffed at that because I thought resin printing would have alleviated any of the such lines. On the sides, the details are really nice. I will move to give you a really good close-up look. But yeah, they certainly, for resin printing, the lines are good. A £15, obviously cheaper than a model kit from Airfix or whatever, but and obviously a lot less chances of messing anything up. And obviously, if you was to try and put some of this small stuff on, it would, I think it'd cause you some problems, but obviously, that being £15, and I could sell these for £3 all day long, no problem. And I've got the same thing. I've got the small lines, but this is a filament printer, and that's why I was thinking I should invest in a resin printer. Well, now that these have come, these 4 105 self-propelled Abbots, and I'm thinking to myself, I don't know now, because the details are certainly sharp. I will move these other vehicles out of the way and I'll give you a real proper close-up look at it. And I wanted to show you before I painted it, all the details and stuff. There was a slight problem when this it came. It had some of the, especially at the back on the right hand side, as you look at it, the mud flap at the back, they was breaking. They came broken actually in the bag, and one of the tracks had split as well. Lucky enough, but it was split in a place where I could glue it back together again. And the same with the mud flaps, split where it was easy, glued back into place, but broken before I'd even opened the bag. I wasn't entirely impressed with that, especially for the money, because £15 for a... But I thought to myself, I wanted to get some resin printed items just to see the difference between, that and obviously, my ones. And they both seem to have lines, and, my ones have got really nice details as well, actually cracking details. So at the moment I'm thinking, well, it's not really that much difference. They are slightly sharper on that resin printed one, but you're not gonna, how, I'm literally centimeters away, and how, what's the difference basically? It's got everything that needs to be on there, and they're sharp as well. Like, all the wheels is not, none of the rims are wrecked in any way or anything like that. And the same on there. I've really got to grips with a lot of stuff just lately with the resin printing, and all the wheels and stuff, all the details, even all the rivets and everything. So I'm not sure now whether to, because resin printing is, it is a big investment. If you're going to get a decent one, you're going to pay 500 plus. You need a wash station, you need a curing station, your PPE, and obviously the resin itself, and all the other bits and pieces that come with resin printing. So I'm really on the fence at the moment, but I just wanted to show you the difference between, before I painted it up, of the difference between a resin and a filament printing, and there isn't, yes, the resin printing is slightly better, but at the moment I'm really on the fence now. So as I said in my last video, I've got some really, I think it cost me £1.95 or something, some of that cheap chain to go on the wall, not the wall wells, the Lomax, that's the word I was looking for, the Lomax, so I can chain down the warriors. But hopefully you can see, there is really nice details, and the one on the left side, the mud flap at the left side, two of them, because I brought 4 of these, 2 of them broke off, and obviously one of the track, lucky it split kind of like left to right, so it was okay to glue back on basically, so it's all right. But and again, at the back you won't be able to see it because of the shadows and stuff, but there's some lines at the back as well. But yeah, they're really nice, but I'm just thinking, do I want to go through that expense of getting a resin printer now, when I think my filament printer is more than adequate, and if I can just slowly move you, that's a filament printed, because it's one of mine. The lines are there, but once you sprayed it up, you can't see anything. It's gone. And that's why I wanted to show you today, before I went and sprayed this up, don't know if it's going to come out on camera, because there's a shadow of the phone, basically. Well, the shadow of the camera is over the lines. But I did want to show you, just before I went and sprayed it up, of what it looks like. We are coming to the end of the military reign. Like I said, I just wanted to do a quick video, show you the armoured vehicle before I sprayed it, and I should just give it a light touch on my next actual video. So yeah, I still haven't decided whether I'm getting a resin printer or not at the moment. I've just got no idea. I'll see you next time. Look after yourselves. Bye now.